And we're joined now by Reags from Barstool Sports. He's the host of the Fundamentally Sound podcast, and he gives you everything you need to know when it comes to college basketball. Reags, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. How you doing?
Doing real well. We were going to start with this 3-on-3 tournament. I think it's a really cool idea that's not getting enough buzz, but it's going to take off the week of the Final Four. For those that don't know, could you tell us what's going on in San Antonio?
Yeah, so it's a really cool event that I'm happy to be a part of. Intersport is the company that kind of put it all together. Every conference in Division I is going to be representative by 4 guys of seniors that have exhausted their eligibility. So we're not going to have to worry about, will they come back or anything like that. So seniors that have exhausted their eligibility, 4 players from each conference, all 32 conferences. And there's $100,000 on the line. I'm super excited, man. It's going to be an awesome event. You know, the growth of 3-on-3 with Olympic sports and becoming an Olympic event there and FIBA event. It's cool to see it happen kind of at the collegiate level and there's a bunch of good seniors. I'm happy to see them being rewarded for something like this.
Yeah, I think it's an incredible idea. And at the Big East, from our perspective, obviously, I think you've got the conference ranked number 1 right now in your 3-on-3 power rankings. What would be your ideal team as it stands right now for the Big East?
So the other thing is we're trying to take one, at least when we vote, it's going to be 1 player from each team. So you can't vote up on you can't just say Seton Hall's going if they don't make the Final Four, because obviously them versus Purdue would be a great senior 3-on-3 game. So my ideal team, I'm a big fan of guards and wings that you can just kind of train, rotate in and out. I like the 6'6" guys, that the positionless basketball. So for the Big East, you have to put Angel Delgado there. You have to put Trayvon Blewett. Those 2 right off the bat. I would go Kalon Martin, and then I would throw in probably Marcus Foster, but I'm really enticed to put Andrew Rousey on my team, just because good luck stopping Blewett and Rousey at the 3-point line, Martin mid-range 3-point line, and then Delgado underneath. I mean, that conference is loaded with seniors. I mean, you can make a case for Desi Rodriguez or Carrington. There's just a bunch of guys that are worthy, and that's why I have them number 1 in my power rankings that I do every week for the 3-on-3.
You really can't go wrong. You didn't mention a guy, Kyron Cartwright, who I think his game translates to 3-on-3 perfectly. Yeah,
I mean, he's one of those guys too. It's where does he fit in? Like I mentioned, you throw a couple guards out there. Obviously, in a full court game, Cartwright is kind of your prototypical point guard. When you look at 3-on-3, okay, maybe he's the 3rd option out of the point guards. It's a completely different game, but I almost feel wrong having to leave a couple of those guys out when picking just 4.
Barstool Reags. You can find him on Twitter at Barstool Reags, host of the Fundamentally Sound podcast. Thank you so much for sharing your college hoops insight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks a lot.